Alright, what's going on? BSG bringing you another Grand Cross video. So in today's video, we're going to be going over Demon Lord Rimuru, the newest collab character to drop on Grand Cross. Now, Rimuru is actually a weird one. He's actually a very weird one where I don't necessarily think that you could go wrong with his build. I think he actually has two sets that work very well with him. It's very interesting because usually when you gear a unit, it could, you know, be HP and defense over attack and defense, or like attack and defense over HP and defense, etc, etc. But Rimuru is just the way he's designed. I honestly don't think it matters. It really depends on your team. That's what really matters for Rimuru. So very interesting, very interesting for at least this Rimuru, like Demon Lord Rimuru, not the old one. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's just get into it. But before we do, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. I don't know why people unsubscribe every time. Like, I seem to gain and then I lose. It's crazy. It's like a game that we're playing or something like that. But go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, Demon Lord Rimuru. Now, Demon Lord Rimuru again is the newest collab unit to come out. His kit is very strong. As you guys know, with my how to build series, I like to go over the kit and then get into the equipment and whatnot. So let's go ahead and let's look at his stats. So his stats are very good. Defense low, but his overall stats are very strong. Like his attack 15k, HP 152k, really good. So here's the thing, his pierce rate is at 64%, but he has a pierce card which triples that. Then he has a holy relic that gives him 80% extra in battle. So that 64% pierce rate is not true. Like, it's actually over like 150 or something like that. It's crazy. Or even more with the 3 times pierce card. But yeah, so his pierce rate is 64%, resistance is at 60, regen 39%, crit chance 103% crit chance, and then 223% crit damage. But you guys are gonna see why I have attack and crit on my Rimuru. So this is not true. This is actually 203% crit damage regularly with all the cosmetics and stuff. Crit resistance at 86%, crit defense at 90%, and then recovery rate at 128 or 138, and lifesteal at 23%. Lifesteal being at 23%, by the way, is very powerful, very powerful. The thing is, I think they made it like that because of Rimuru's infect. So talking about that, we got his skills. Like I said, he has a triple pierce rate card, 200% rank 1, 300% rank 2, 500% at rank 3. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. With the way this unit was made, I don't know, like, you'd have to be over 500,000 HP, I think, to live from Rimuru's rank 3 pierce. I truly, but if you have him built up and all that, his pierce is gonna hit very hard. Maybe I'm overhyping it a little bit, but from what I've been doing in PvP with this unit, man, I just don't know. Pierce card is very good, I'm just saying. But yeah, then he also has the infect card, same thing as Merlin. I think they should just buff all AoE infect cards, but you know, it is what it is. Same thing as Merlin. He infects on turn 1, he infects on turn 2, but the damage multiplier gets even higher. Same turn same turn duration as the rank 1, but then on rank 2 it's for 2 turns, and then it's a 280% increase. And yes, the pierce buff that he gets from his holy relic in his passive does matter with this card, because pierce rate, yes, while pierce rate obviously is fixed damage, it's still a damage like a damage, how do I want to say this, it's a damage factor in the amount you're gonna deal, right? So we can look here and it says pierce rate, a value which deals fixed damage equal to a portion of damage dealt. So it's very weird how it's calculated, but basically the amount of damage that you deal, the pierce rate is going to add an extra fixed damage value. Very weird, very weird. I'm not explaining it the best, but you know, you can ask around the community, and that's why pierce is so good. That's why when pierce meta was, you know, on top, it was so hard to get through it, because you had Blue Demon Meliodas just going crazy with AoE pierce, and no matter what, the pierce damage would just do so much, because of the fact that it did a certain amount of fixed damage regardless. So it was just very strong back then. But Rimuru's on an entirely different level. Like he just is. His ult is I can't pronounce this, Megado, I think that's how you pronounce it. So he has Abyss, and the only other AoE ultimate Abyss unit is Small Wings King. So we haven't gotten an AoE Abyss unit since Small Wings King over a year ago. Just want to let you guys know that, right? This is the second unit in the game that has this. This is crazy. This is actually pretty crazy. But he is, you know, very good with this because of the pierce. So even though mine is only 2 out of 6, it's still gonna do damage once he gets the pierce buff from his passive. So let's go ahead and let's read his passive. The thing about this though, I swear to God, they gotta stop doing this. He cannot use this outside of deathmatch, or he can't use it in deathmatch. Can't use this in deathmatch. So you want to run him in the Green Demon or Belmoth, you can't. Just you can't. That's it. You can't. So at the start of the ally's turn, increases the hero's basic stats by 8%, removes 1 buff from all enemies, then increases the hero's own basic stats by 8% for each removed buff. If increased to max, increases the hero's pierce rate once by 130% for 3 turns. That's insane. So remember how I said it was over 150 or something like that? I lowballed that. I lowballed that by a lot. You're actually looking at over 200 and something percent with the buff, because you have the 130 from here, right? The 64 for the pierce rate, right? So you're at 194. 80% pierce rate with his holy relic. What is that at? Like what so it's crazy. This is crazy. I think the pierce rate from his holy relic adds on to his base pierce rate though, right? So we got 80 plus 64, which is 144 just off rip. Then you add 130 at 274 times 3. You're over 800% pierce rate. So the numbers you be seeing is because once that buff hits, you're dead. you are actually just dead, no matter how much resistance you have. The only person that might be a hard body counter to the pierce card itself are units that can nullify and Greymore. I'm serious. Greymore, because he increases his resistance to like 500 or something on top of his own. He could actually be a really solid. I really want to see that, to see his pierce versus Greymore's resistance with his ult, because pierce rate and resistance work against each other. So this resistance is a fixed value of which you defend against damage taken. This just, you know, is fixed damage, so they work against each other. So that'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, his pierce rate goes crazy. His pierce rate goes absolutely insane. You already seen the holy relic. So now we get into the equipment. So the equipment part of this, attack and crit, is what I have on my Rimuru. His sub rolls for his bracelet and his ring is attack. I didn't put pierce rate because I genuinely do not think he needs it, but I do have these right here, which I'm really curious to see how much. Where's the other I think I have it equipped, but I do have 2, which I'm really curious to see what his actual damage is gonna look like even more with sub rolls for pierce rate. His damage is actually wild if you give him pierce rate sub rolls, I think. So we'll see what happens with that, but I don't think you could go wrong with the build. You can do HP and defense, you could do HP and crit, attacking crit works. I don't think attack and defense is the best way to go about it, since his defense again is not that high. You will get an extra 20% for this, but I don't think his defense is what makes the unit. He has good crit resistance and crit defense, don't get me wrong, but he's still probably going to take very high damage just from, you know, damage alone. So I don't know, I think attacking crit, if you want attack power, is the best set, but if you just want CC, you know you want to push CC, HP and defense or HP and crit is the way to go for sure. But I don't know, I don't think it matters really. I honestly don't think it matters. There's no data here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like HP and crit and then attacking crit, or HP and defense and attacking crit. So I don't think there's anything wrong with building him as a main damaging unit, and I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with building him as a CC unit or whatever you want to call him, because again, the thing is his teams are a major factor. If you run him with Deanne and Deanne and Margaret, I guess you could run him with HP and defense or HP and crit, and he would, you know, push CC at the same time, deal really good damage. You know, you're using Deanne as a tank, you know, certain things like that. But I run him with OG Ludo, and I'm telling you right now, I go first, they die. There is no survival at all. Even if they run evasion fools, the pierce rate card it's so powerful. Even at rank 1, it just hits different. I don't know, man, it actually is different. Let me see if I wish you could set up training dummies with specific conditions and stuff like that, because if you could, that'd be crazy. But look at rank 1, right? Like, this is without Ludo passive, keep that in mind, and he's hitting 124k. I know it's a level 1, you know, grunt soldier, whatever, but you could get a good general idea of what he's going to be able to do with, you know, the damage in a real battle. Like, I think that's the, you know, that's the thing that people forget, and you can't even check the passive. That's horrible. But yeah, this card right here is so good. Like, it's actually really good. I'm trying to build up his whatchamacallit, his passive. I think one more. Okay, there we go. So that was without the buff. So here this is what it looks like with the buff. So 200. Okay, attacking crit damage, right? I don't have an HP and defense set myself, or HP and crit set for him, so unfortunately I can't like show you guys what he would look like truly, but this is what attacking crit. He's over 300k. Yep, 300k. So that's without Ludo, by the way. So let me know what you guys think. I think you could build him either way. I really think you could. So I just think it's up to personal preference in the team you're running. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and as always, you guys already know, I will see you all later.